Hey guys, Mons here. On this episode of Now Ball with Mons today, we're going to look at the NBA Finals tonight, and where I'm also going to look at the two Man United signings so far. So the first part is going to be looking at the NBA Finals. So before I get started, I just want to say, if you're enjoying my content, thank you so far to people who have subscribed. But don't forget to click on the subscribe button if it's the first time on my page, or if you enjoy watching my content regularly but haven't subscribed yet. Thank you very much. So let's get started. So the NBA Finals Game 1 is tonight. The two teams involved are the Indiana Pacers and OKC Thunders. Two very young teams and two deserving teams in my opinion. There are two teams that have been built organically, via trades, via draft picks as well, and they've bided their time in building the team and not just trying to build a super team. So first of all, I'm going to go through the OKC Thunder. I've been through this in my previous podcast as well, in terms of Shea, Jalen Williams, Chet. Those are the three best players on that team. And obviously the Pacers, they have players such as Haliburton, Siakam, Aaron Nesmith, and Andrew Nembhard, and also the big guy Miles Turner. So what I would say in this series is, on paper it seems like a one-sided series. I do believe OKC Thunder will win this series. However, I think it's going to be closer than people actually think it's going to be. I believe maybe the OKC Thunder win it in maybe 6 or 7 games, in my opinion. I believe the Pacers are actually going to play better than people expect them to play. But for Pacers to have any chance of winning, I think Siakam and Haliburton have to have the series of their life. If both of them players don't have the series of their life, then they have no chance of winning. Your two best players, your two best duo, have to have the series of their life in Siakam and Haliburton. And with OKC, it's pretty straightforward what to do. They're going to defend at a high level. They have various players they can throw at you defensively. Like, I would imagine Lou Dort is going to be on Pascal Siakam, because the big guy, big body, who can guard Pascal Siakam. And I believe maybe Jalen Williams is going to try and pick up Haliburton and start. And they're going to throw several body at him. Like Caruso will come off the bench as well, trying to guard Haliburton, trying to get him off the ball as much as possible, because they're going to throw several bodies at Haliburton. They're going to try to pick him up full court, because if you let Haliburton get into his flow, Haliburton is going to destroy you, because he's a great initiator of offense. He's going to pick up the ball, he's going to initiate the offense, he's going to get all his teammates going, and that's the last thing OKC Thunder need in the finals. So that's why I believe they're going to pick Haliburton up full court. And also, with the Pacers, I believe Nembhard is going to try his best to guard the regular season MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Same thing applies to him as well. Don't let Shai get into his rhythm, because he can also initiate the offense. But once Shai gets into his rhythm, in terms of his mid-range shot, there is literally no stopping him then. So I believe that's why the Pacers are going to pick him up early and trying to force Shai to give up the ball to his other teammates and let the other teammates try to beat them rather than Shai trying to beat them. And also, what I would also say in this finals is Pascal Siakam and Haliburton have to have the series of their life. If both of them don't have the series of their life, they literally have no chance of beating the OKC Thunders. And I actually believe Siakam will play well. I wonder what the refs are going to allow OKC Thunder to get away with in terms of physicality, because throughout the playoffs, we've seen the ref whistle the game differently compared to the regular season. But that's always been the NBA's MO. During the playoffs, the refs let players get away with more physicality. However, I do believe the OKC Thunders get away with more physicality than most teams, because they see them as a young, gritty team. Lou Dort and Caruso will literally foul the shit out of you every single play if they're on you. However, the ref doesn't blow it, because they see them as small, gritty guys, which I think is completely unfair as well. So it will be interesting to see what the ref let Lou Dort and Caruso get away with in terms of defending Haliburton and Siakam and not letting them get into the rhythm and flow. What I would also say about Shai is, if Shai ends up winning this championship and the Finals MVP, this is the second greatest guard season we've ever had in the NBA history since Michael Jordan 96-97 season, where he won the regular season's MVP. He won. He made the All-NBA team, All-NBA first team, and he also won the Finals MVP as well. That says a lot in terms of how good Shai is playing at the moment. Maybe in the last 2 years, Shai has been fantastic. So when it's all said and done, I believe Shai could be probably top 5, top 10 point guards of all time. If he keeps this going, you need to win maybe one or two more MVPs and a couple of championships, in my opinion, to be able to be ranked as high as that. In terms of the Pacers as well, the Pacers in basketball, it's different because in basketball, if you're the underdog, you can't just sit back and soak up the pressure, sit in a low block like you would in football and try to counter attack. In basketball, there's a shot clock. You have to get a shot up unless you get a shot clock violation. Then you have to turn the ball over. You know what I mean? So that's why in basketball you rarely ever see an upset in a 7-game series. Most of the time, the best team wins. That's why I believe OKC Thunders are going to end up winning, in my opinion. Obviously, they're just OKC are just a better team, in my opinion. But then noteworthy in the regular season, OKC did beat Pacers the 2 times they played them. However, the Pacers jumped ahead in a 15 to 20 point lead. However, the OKC Thunder just walked them down, and that's how good the OKC Thunder are. They just walk teams down. They're very resilient. They never give up. They're a young, gritty team. They're not scared of the moment at all. That's what I like about this OKC Thunder team. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I can't say any more good things about him because he's been the best player in the NBA this year. I know, obviously, he's top 5 with Jokic, Doncic, Jason Tatum, and so on and so forth. Like I was saying, I just don't. It's very hard to see the Pacers beating the Thunders. But in this series, I will be rooting for the Pacers because I want to see Halliburton and Siakam win. Halliburton is probably one of my guys in the NBA now, and it's just the way he plays. It's very interesting to watch Halliburton play, and Siakam as well. A big guy, plays physical, has a mid-range game as well. He's good defensively, so it's going to be an interesting finals. I know a lot of casual basketball fans don't like this finals matchup, but if you're a basketball junkie like myself, you will be excited to watch this matchup in the finals. So I'm really excited to watch this game. And like I said, my prediction is you're probably gonna see OKC winning 6 or 7 games. So I'm looking forward to this finals. Thank you very much.